they are working, they have guards, they have security everywhere, and you say one thing, just like the story of the woman in the Bible, the issue of God, abi, a pastor, Jesus was there with a lot of crowd, abi, but she was able to find a way to touch him. Is she the one that taught Jesus that way? Right? So a lot of people have touched him now, but when she did, something made him stop. So the same way you must have value in such a way that when you say something or when you bring up an idea, somebody will stop and say, please, who just said that now? Who is that person? Please. You just call the peer and say, please take that person's number. Let him see you or call me tomorrow. So what is it that you must begin to think of how valuable you can be? It's not being available, it's about being valuable. So your value is what's going to create wealth for you. So you must learn how to be what? Valuable. Because you have value that you will be able to create enough of. Next slide please. So also number 4 is that we need to invest in networks and relationships. The question is, look at it. What circle do you belong to? What kind of circle do you belong to? They say, show me your friends, Abi, and I'll tell you who you are. What kind of circle do you belong to? If you are in a circle that you need 200,000 naira now, and you cannot call anybody in your circle and you get that 200,000, you are in trouble. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
If you are in a circle, you are in working class, and you need 1 million naira, and there is nobody in your contact list or your friends that you can call 3, 4, 5 people, and you see 1 million, let us delete those numbers. So you are a trader, you don't have anybody you can call or the and you need to really buy, you know, you want to really make sales, and you need like 500,000 or 2 million, and you don't have anybody you can call and say, sister Lagwaja, brother Lagwaja, please, I need this money, and they quickly give it to you, then that is the problem. So you must know that your circle is very important. They always say that your contact is what? Your currency. So who is in your contact list? Baba Ahmed, Meko, Plumber, Eleron, good. Well, he might be a business partner. But the most important thing is that you are able to have people around you that will be your support system. So what kind of relationships will you keep? Because opportunities move through relationships, referrals, somebody referring you for something, for a job, trust. This is very key. We see it online all the time. What you order versus what you get. Trust in business is very important. If you do not build trust, then you are in trouble. So, community. What kind of community do you give? Like this, as a church, is a community. And that's the essence of what we are doing today. For us to be able to build a positive community whereby we trust each other, we are able to do business together, we are able to support one another, and we are able to uplift each other. That's the essence of this kind of community. And this is where we need to build in so much so that we are able to survive and succeed. Importantly, learn to be what? Reliable. Learn to be visible. If you are not seen, you will be forgotten. If you are not what? Seen, you will be forgotten. Have you ever thought of the thing that you want to bake cake, you want to buy baking cake? Your best friend does cake, but you will have called somebody else or gone to bake that cake before you remember that Shade does cake. Has it happened to you before? You want to buy phone, your party sells phone, you will have gone to computer village, bought the phone, on your way back, you now remember, can see the entire phone, because the person is not visible. So you must learn to be visible. Whether as a business owner, you must learn to be visible. Send text to your client every week. Just be in the face of your client, be in the face of everybody. Let them remember you, that you exist, because there are lots of competitors everywhere. So you must learn to be visible, and like I said before, add value before asking for favors. Some people, you will be in a space of very important people, and all you do is ask for favors. The moment you ask for favors, the door is shut. There are some kind of people you will keep that you find yourself in a list with them. Big people, rich people, important people. Don't make the mistake of asking favor. Don't ever. The moment you ask for favor, they just shut the door. Because the next time you call them, they say, "You want to ask for something?" And maybe you don't want to greet them, or you want to give them an important information, but you might not even pick your call again. Do you understand? So it's important that we understand this principle, that you add value, be a person of value, like I said before. And when within your community, everything about favor. Number 5, which is the last one when it comes to foundation, is investing in your health and character. In all of this, you must invest in your health as well. Take care of your health, very important, because wealth without health is what? Suffering. And wealth without integrity is what? Temporary. And because character is a long-term investment that always pays dividends. So next time. So when we talk about the foundation, which is about you as an individual, then the question is, where is the money? Where do you go to find the money? Now, I'm going to talk about some key sectors where you can easily do business and you can make good money. Number 1 is agriculture. People must eat, whether you like it or not. Whether inflation or no inflation, people must what? Eat. And when it comes to food business, it is 50% profit. It is 50% profit, which is simple. So, when we talk about agri or agro processing, poultry farming, because you need eggs, chicken meat, people always eat it. It's an everyday thing. Fish farming is also very good when it comes to business. Things you might want to go into. Cassava processing is very in high demand. Cassava processing is in high demand. Whether flour, garri, fufu, bread, it is high in demand and it is very lucrative. Rice milling also, even food storage and logistics. And so it is important because this is even something that even Lagos State as a government is investing over 500 billion in logistics, because they look at it that bringing tomato or whatever yam from Kano, Benue and all that, before it gets to Lagos, half of it is port. So if you are able to start a storage system, even at a small scale, go into those markets. The other day I did a research, I went to Yaba, Telusho, where they sell those paprika. And just having a container, all those people selling clothes, they don't have where to keep it. They don't have where to keep it. So you just having a container, all you need to do is put boys there. You have good security. So everybody selling all those paprika, all those mama, whatever, all those boys, at the end of every day, they pack it in the Ghana must go. They start it and they weigh it. If it's small, you pay 1,000. If it's big, you can pay 2,000 or 3,000, depending. So imagine all those people selling on the road, all their goods, they have to keep it now because they cannot take it home and bring it back. Some are selling in Yaba and they are selling in Soko. So on the way every somebody's job is just I'm safeguarding this till tomorrow and he gets it every day. Stress. Do you understand? So the same way you have different ways of making money. So sometimes it's not about investing in having big capital or anything. It's just about providing the right solution. Do you understand? Next slide. So number 2 is technology and channel economy, which we all know about. This is a space that you don't even need so much. You can be in the tech space easily, freelancing, SaaS reselling, which is software reselling, fintech agent. You can be in any of this space and you don't need millions to get into it. It's as easily as possible. And it's something that you don't even need to learn too much. With just some little training, you can start small and you will start making small money. And if you are consistent with it, you can grow as much as possible. Number 3 is real estate, which is a very smart entry. Now, I tell people that it doesn't stop your regular maybe 9 to 5 or being an entrepreneur. It doesn't stop it. You can have multiple streams of income, right? My mentor will always tell me that there are 4 rivers that water the Garden of Eden, so you must have 4 streams of income for you to live that life that you want to live. 1 stream of income cannot even take you anywhere. It will depend on just your salary or just, so you must have multiple, maybe 2 or 3. And so it doesn't, doing any of this business does not stop your regular business. It doesn't stop it. Because, for instance, when you talk about real estate, it's not until you have 500 million. All you can be a mediator, just a little man. You can have people come together, like a community like this. We can all contribute a certain amount and go to a property, maybe within the extreme, buy a property, give it another 3 months, land banking, 3-4 months. There's no way you will sell that same property and you sell it lower. Even if it's 100K, you will have it as profit. There's no way. So land banking is easy. Real estate syndication is also like having multiple investors put funds together and be able to develop and maybe rent or sell. So you can do your regular business and still have all of these side hustles, and with a phone call with your network, you are able to also survive in those businesses. And also number 4, very lucratively, is your energy sector, because we have issues when it comes to the energy sector in this part of the country. So we have solar installation, which is also doing very well, inverter sales, CNG conversion, maintenance services. In fact, somebody was with me last week, and the person is a mechanical engineer. And so the person is struggling, with jobs and all that. And I said, why are you looking for a job in? You are a mechanical engineer. All you need to do is, okay, and I said, let's look at major car outlets that all those auto spares, car sales, car dealers. Yes, and I said, okay, now let's look at it. We look at the major ones. We now look at the second tier. Maybe on this express, maybe you have like 4 or 5. The question is, when they sell their cars, who helps them fix those cars when they have issues? Most of them is just sales. They don't do after sales service. So I said, so do a proposal to some of these car lots and tell them that you are their official mechanic. Do you understand? So anytime they sell a car and the buyer calls and says, break part new, they call you. Also, servicing. Once they sell the car, they tell the owner and say, every 6 months you must service. If you are servicing, go to XYZ. All you need to do is they will refer you and you give them costs. So by the time you do like 5 car lots, in this area, in that area, 4 or 5 areas, are you all good? Do you understand? So you don't need to have a mechanic workshop or be looking for a mechanic village workshop. All you need to do, you can even do Uber. Go to their house, do the servicing, and you're done. Do you understand? So I was telling you that why you stress yourself when you're saying they're looking for a job, you are a mechanic. Just go to Carlos and you do it. And at the end of the day, by the time we are able to look at certain areas, it was good. At least you got to one, and I said, by the time you do with that Carlos and you show integrity, there's trust. Before you know it, there will be referrals here and there, and you're doing well. So, maintenance services, you can invest in all of these things, and you can also venture into some of these things, and you will do well for yourself. Number 5 is education and training. there's a lot of money when it comes to skill acquisition, because everyone wants to learn a skill or two. So it could be teaching how to sew garments, teaching how to do different things, online courses. Just be creative in whatever you have. Just try to be open-minded, look for a problem, tackle it with a very fantastic solution, and I'm telling you, people will run after it. People will run after it. There's no way, technology has helped us. Everything is not physical. Just do a bit of hybrid, a bit of physical, maybe one or two, every other thing online, and you're good. I have friends that are doing lessons, all these extra lessons for children abroad, not even in Nigeria. All they do is study those British curriculum and all that. And because it is cheaper here, if they are going to get a lesson teacher for them in UK, they have to pay in pounds. It's a lot of money. But if they are going to pay you maybe 100k here every month, that 100k is far cheaper to them than paying maybe 50 pounds. Do you understand? So it's easier for them to even engage you here than engage anybody else. So if you have the skill, all you just need to do is put your skill to work. And imagine you have like 5 or 6 students and you're taking different hours and you're making 100. That's about 600k in a month, and you're at least for a starter. It's not bad. So 9 to 5 days then up to 600,000 in a month. And you still have your own time to yourself. You're able to do things and still be able to rest as much as possible. So education and training is also very key. Next slide, please. So creative and media industry, fantastic, something that we all know as much as possible. Then number 7, fashion industry. Deal on ready to wear, custom tailoring, niche fashion, schools, corporate uniforms, as much as possible. Just create a niche for yourself. Let them know you for something different. So what are the low-hanging fruits? The low-hanging fruit is about thinking big, starting small, and scaling fast. Thinking big, starting small, and scaling fast. So what are the low-hanging fruits? The ones we can quickly lay our hand on as much as possible. So number 1, people will tell me they can't do this. Sheet collection. We know Africa. Who knows Africa here? We know ourselves, we used to buy. There's a lot of money in this thing, but people don't know. There's a lot of money in it, but people don't know. Go and buy a bill at Kotangwa and sell that bill. I mean, this woman knows a lot of this woman. So, buy that bill. Inside that bill, there's no way, everything will not be good, but you will get over 16% that is good quality. And that 16% is good enough for you to sell, and you are fine. I know somebody that does this business and makes nothing less than almost like, when the day is bad, maybe 70k every day. Day is good, over 100k every day. And this person is not selling directly to end users. Now, this person, people from Ondo or your other state, because they can't come to Lagos to be buying, so they call, I need this. She goes to the market to solve all of those things, and she will use it to them. And from that, she makes nothing less than 100 every day. She doesn't have the capital. She doesn't have anything. She's just an errand woman. Go to the market, buy it, and she knows the quality ones. She buys it, puts them in a bag, send it to those dispatch people, Lagos to Akure, put it in a bottle, do documentation, calls them, your goods will be there by evening today or tomorrow. And she gets in the minimum of 100k every day. It's stressful. It's not for the lazy person, but she's making good money. At least doing a job that is honorable, making 100k every day, is it bad? Is it bad? It's not bad. So, and if she has a maybe boyfriend or husband allowance, add other things, it will be more than 100K in a month. You know, even a month, 100K a day times 30. That's like, no, maybe if you do 20 days, not only share Monday to Friday. Maybe she 4 days in a week, 400K. Hey. 1.something million now. You understand? And she's doing very, very well. But people will laugh at her say she's doing Okika business. But Okika is not written all over her world now. She's doing the job and she's making money. Also, logistics and delivery service is very good. Digital services, food vending, yes, like I said, having a need for yourself. If it's beans and yam you want to be selling, let everybody know that you are mama beans and yam. You know, in every food business, you must have your specialty. You might do varieties, but they must know you for one thing that that woman, her beans is top notch, and this woman, her amala is this, and that's what is going to make people come all the way to look for you. Then also, like I said, personal shopping, yes, you can also do. There's a somebody that does, I think the name of the company is Help Me Waka. That's the name of the person's company, Help Me Waka. Who else do you like here? You like students? Any work? You know them now. Any work, yes. So, anything, you know, say, the only thing is that you cannot take your bath for you, they cannot do all those ones. But anything, wash plates, wash clothes, wash toilet, anything, they are ready to help you. Don't speak. You know, Nigeria, we are very lazy. And we like to do big boy and big woman. So, their own is anything, don't let me to help you. So, personal shopping, there are lots of people who cannot do these things for themselves because one, maybe their work schedule, business, so they need people to help them run all this errands. Also, styling for events. Now, styling for events, there's a lot of money in styling. There's a lot of money in styling. Now, people don't know that there's a lot of money. Do you know Swaki Jerry? Do you know Swaki Jerry? You don't know Swaki Jerry? Okay, Swaki Jerry is a celebrity. And he does styling. He styles the likes of the Davido, Burna Boy, all of them. If they are going for shows or parties, all he does is to style. That's what he does. So, styling is important. Now, you see a lot of women, they want to go for parties. They are sport with choices. Should I use this gold? Should I use this shoe? Then you know, I mean, all those kind of things. Now, you know you are the stylist. All you need to do, you go there, style them, dress them up. That's just the word, dressing up. Dress them up and get people. And I know a lot of people that are doing it. I have friends that do it for weddings. Some will have 3-4 weddings a day. Very early in the morning, they are in this hotel. Oh yeah, groomsmen, oh yeah, line up. Not your time like this, do this. Dress you up, bam, they go to another wedding. After like 2-3 weddings, he comes back for the reception to eat. But he has made his money in the morning. Do you understand? So, styling is also very important. It's a skill that you can learn and you get a lot of money from it. Also, when you talk about alteration and refitting services, alteration and refitting services, in Yoruba, what do you call it? I want to talk about amendments. Don't you know amendments? But you know, you have to do it in a special way. Now, there are people, if you are regular buyers in the market, you see people that they don't have their own store is also there. Anybody that buy clothes from those boutiques or anything, and you maybe you are trying to size yourself, and if it fits big or anything, they will tell you, go and meet that person. Now, there's a guy in Ikeja on that bridge. This guy is very good at even the amount he will charge you to do refitting or to resize that cloth is almost as equal as buying the clothes. But everybody within that Ikeja will always refer you to that person because the person is very good. And because you know how much you bought that suit or the skirt, and you cannot afford to throw it away because it's still very nice. but you know, small error, but this guy will do it and do it perfectly. That's what he does. You will not be asking that, don't you sew new clothes? He's not interested. You see those defeating is making a lot. Everybody within that intention will just call and say, go and meet that guy. That they are sure that your cloth is in good hands. So it's important that we sometimes it's just creating a need for yourself. Yes, you know there's a lot of competition in this area, that area, and you just feel that okay, I'm not going to compete with all of you. I'm going to carve out my and handle. And at the end of the day, because you are good in what you're doing, you see that a lot of people will patronize you. Also, I call it compliance consultant. It's called fixer. Now, what do I mean by fixer? Now, do you know that you can partner with government agencies? For instance, maybe LRS or FRS, or you go to LAPCA, Lagos State Building Control, or LASPA, Lagos State Physical Planning Authority. Now, all these agencies, they go everywhere. They mark houses for demolition, or they give payments and say, they are constructing this church, or maybe they are doing renovation in this church. Safety Commission will come that the engineers are not wearing helmets, this, they give you abatement. Physical planning will come, you don't have permit, you will pay this fine. Now, do you know that you can partner with these government agencies and be their spokesperson in the sense of, okay, all you need to do is, okay, they're giving this building, grab 5 million fine. And because of your network within the government, you get a reduction of maybe 2 million off. And you're telling the person that, okay, this is 5 million, we will help you with this 15 million. But you pay administrative fee of 200,000 or 500,000. And you don't realize that do 3-4 jobs in a month, you're getting your millions without stress. In fact, you might not even live where you are. It might just be a phone call. Mr. Shengo, Chibala Sanoa, this is send the WhatsApp of a picture of that document. They run it for you, get the reduction, and at the end of the day, you get your payment. And everything is still legit without issues. So you can still do your normal hustles, do your thing, and still have that. Like all they did is a phone call. Just a phone call. And these are agencies that you can easily meet up with and discuss with them and tell them that, okay, I'll be bringing, because government wants to generate revenue. So rather than not getting revenue at all, they rather get reduction and say, okay, instead of finding or paying 3 million, at least they're still making revenue. But you are getting something from that legwork you're doing, and you can do it and make a lot of money out of it. A lot of money out of it. And I can tell you for free, you can make a lot of money out of it. And also, they have the global services of laundry, car wash, repairs, and all that. All of these things are part of things that you can also leverage on. So basically, don't wait until you have plenty. It's very important that you start with what you have. Don't bother yourself with what you don't have. Think of what you have and see how you can multiply what you have. And also, you don't chase money. That's the biggest mistake a lot of people make. You don't chase. People that chase money at the end of the day don't get it. So you don't chase money. Rather, you build value, and money will do what? Follow. So you bring ideas will come, value will come, then it will turn into money. Then money begins to follow you. Do you understand? So look at it. I still read in the news, I think recently, that a club in Saudi Arabia is begging Messi and saying, we'll give you a blank check. Just come and play in Saudi Arabia. He's not the one chasing the money. He has built value. And they don't feel that, okay, maybe somebody else feels that I want that rivalry of Ronaldo and Messi in Saudi Arabia. We have Ronaldo, we don't have Messi. Messi, we'll pay you any amount, just come. He can decide that those are not coming. They will still be taking him. They can say, okay, look at Ronaldo too now. all the rules in Saudi Arabia, they were just, you know, in Saudi Arabia, you can't be with a woman if you are not married. Because of Ronaldo, the whole Saudi Arabia, Islamic country, cancelled it and said, because of you, don't worry, you carry your girlfriend, stay in the room together. It's not value. It's one of the value it carries. If your life does not carry, if his life does not carry value, they can't even allow that. Do you understand? So your life must carry value. It is the value you carry. That's what is able to do that. So you don't chase money. Money is supposed to follow you, but it will only follow you because you have what? Ideas and value. And also, don't rush wealth. Build capacity first, which is the important thing. And like I said, that's the foundation of everything you might want to become in life. Because the best investment you will ever make is what? Investing in. So I'm going to talk this up before saying, you cannot go back to your beginning. Your beginning is gone. But you can take a beautiful decision today and say, this is how I want my end to be. This is how I want my future to be. And so you can have that deep thought in your head and say, I want my end to be this particular way. And you are intentional about it, you are deliberate about it, you are focused about it, disciplined about it, and at the end of the day, you put in all efforts and resources, and you are able to achieve whatever you want to achieve, so that you can become whoever you decide to become. Like, thank you very much.
You can do better than that. Maybe we don't understand that people get paid for this. I don't know if the Aaron paid our brother paid him maybe 5 million or 10 million. Because in about an hour, you know, is promising, you know, so failure now really in a and I think it's intentional for me because I know I'm going to get value from this. A lot of lessons to know from this, and he said a lot of things that look so funny, but they are very, very real and profound. The first one I picked was pocket and priority. So priority is very key, and if you think that that thing is actually not important, then maybe you can keep that money. But even if you need those things, then you need to prioritize. If I don't do this, how is it going to affect me? If I don't do this, show my family, check on you, if you are still going to be alive, you can really start yourself and get that value. And one very, very important thing, it started with that particular thing and we ended with that. The best investment is investment itself. So self-investment is very, very key. And thank you, sir, for re-echoing that. Yes, time for questions. I don't know if we have questions. If you, I will encourage us to come out and speak, but first, you can raise your hand whenever you have, so we know if you have questions. Well, I'm not sure if this is acceptable that there won't be questions. There should be questions. One, sir. Two. Why the same one. Yes. It is just two people that we have, please. Just two questions without it. Well, I'm so sorry. I've been told to moderate the boss. I have maybe a principle. When anybody has a question, don't let me know one or two principle. If you have questions, please raise your hand. We don't have all day. One and two only. You need to manage our time. Just two people. Right? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And but it's so much loaded. God bless you and give you more grace. Okay, so my question is, you mentioned how to invest in digital aspects. So how do you invest through SaaS, that software as a service? The software as a service is selling that precisely. Then the fintech agents and freelancing platform. How do you invest in them and make effective profit? Thank you very much.
You want to take this?
My first question is this. We talk about recreating a niche, which is a premium focus. Okay, so how do we manage it? Okay, for instance, in food business, we have so many branches, but the particular niche that we are known for is not profitable. It's not really profitable. There are some focuses that does not really have enough income, especially when we are not taking in large quantities. So how do we manage that premium focus over others? The second question is there any opportunity to learn some digital skills that we should learn? Data analysis, digital marketing, web development, even Microsoft itself. These are things that even for any position, especially in self-employed, they are asking for that requirement. So is there any opportunity to learn these skills for us? And okay, that's all for now.
Thank you very much. Okay. So let me start with the question. Talking about the SaaS. SaaS is, I talked about being a mediator, like a middleman. So for SaaS reselling, it's more or less like there are two ways you can do it. You can either go to a software company where they make softwares, get those softwares and market it directly. But sometimes it might be difficult. So the best way to do it is look at organizations, do your research, and begin to look at problems in those organizations. Do you understand? Okay, for instance, we know item Go, item 7 Go. That's food business. Do you know item 7 Go? Good. Now, you can see the kind of crowd, the kind of traffic that comes there. Imagine you go there and study it for the next 1 or 2 weeks and begin to look at, okay, how the other foods, how they get to that place, how they buy, what is the timeline in, when you want to make a purchase for food, what is the turnaround time. You can begin to look at some of those things and look at, okay, I've identified a problem here. And you feel that, okay, maybe with technology, we can solve this problem. Then, you now do a proposal to that organization and say, this is your challenge, or this is what we've noticed. And with this technology, we can also improve sales by maybe 40% or 30%. And the turnaround time, because maybe people's complaint is, when you go to item 7, you have to wait for like 20 minutes before, or you go to maybe, a typical example is somewhere like Yakoyo, for instance. If you go to Yakoyo, before you even buy Amala, the Amala is cold already because there's a lot of pushing and all that. So you can come and say, okay, do you know that this organization, yes, you are making good returns, but do you know that you can also improve your return by just deploying technology in this area? Now, by the time you tell them what that technology could do, then you now go to a software company, do a demo, and present it. So it's like you're starting for the end user, doing a research to identify, because business is about solving problems. That is the essence of business, is demand and supply. So you must put of all identify a problem somewhere and know that tech will be the best solution in addressing it. Do you understand? It could be a gap, it could be anything, it could be security issues, it could be anything. So it's not for you to identify certain organizations that you know that, okay, this is an organization that, okay, is big, they have what it takes, but they are doing well. Today they are doing well, they don't care. But you've seen some lapses in their security system. You see some lapses in their maybe customer service system, and you feel that with tech you can be able to solve that problem and also have better feedback, better comments from their clients. And at the end of the day, you do a proposal to them, go back to the software company and tell the software company that this is what you want them to do for you. They do a demo for you. You make a presentation, and you know by the time you do a back and forth, you correct certain things, tailor it to them, and you are doing well. Because one software sale can, dry up all your sweat of 4 or 5 months. So you don't look at the legwork, you don't look at the stress of going back and forth. But so far you know that this problem is there because the management might even know the problem, but they're just not too bothered. Like, okay, we are trying making sales, everything is fine. But you now begin to let them see the other side of it to know that the security system is very poor. And it's easy to hack or certain things can happen. Then you now begin to bring solution and say, this is how well we can do it. I know a friend who went to eat in an eatery, a Chinese restaurant, and he just saw how things were done. The Chinese restaurant did not even have as simple as a QR code, where they were still using booklets, where you have they bring a booklet, you have to check your menu and all that. And right there and then, he was able to speak to one of the waiters. The waiter said, okay, that's the manager, spoke to him and all that. And we were, okay, what can we do? And he said, okay, I can do a software for you, blah, 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 blah. And within a short period of time, we did a presentation. And at the end of the day, it was able to convince them to change, their system. They now have a QR code, they have a software, they have an app, and all of those things. And that singular act was able to give him something very good to start with. So when it comes to SAS system, it's easier and better when you are the one that identifies the problem than taking a ready-made off-the-shelf software and marketing it. It might be very difficult because it might not be tailored to that organization itself. So it's always good to start from the back end and you're able to do something with it. So when it comes to fintech, now fintech is wide. It's wide. So the top players might be, it might be perfect, but you can also start from your community. This is IOD, for instance. Who says why can't IOD have its own app or software where it could be a payment platform? Do you know how many IOD branches you have across the whole country? Do you know if you do an app where it's a payment platform where every tithe offering, even for the youth, not even the main church, and you are getting maybe 2 naira for every payment, I'll be your PA by then. Because do you know how many millions you're talking about? So it's about you investing in things is just 3, 4, 5 people coming together and say, okay, we can make this happen. Invest in it, do the app and all that, sell it to the authorities that it. Once it's functioning, I don't think anybody is going to go against it. And it reduces stress of going to the bank, it helps with security. Anybody in the diaspora, anybody can pay easily. And one will say that, I can't do but you are getting your commission of 2. How much is Paystack charging us? Is it not 8%? I mean, you are ready now. So, Paystack is charging 8% per payment. You now bring your own and say your own is 4%. Do you know how much you will be making? So that's how it works. So investments in fintech can come in different areas depending on what you want to do. But I'm not saying that if you want to make it big, you can just look at the community. Even when it comes to the entire CNS, we don't have any payment platform. We don't have any payment portal. We don't have any. So it can start from somewhere. So it can start from a district, before it begins to expand. Before you know, other denominations begin to come to you and say, okay, can we use your payment platform? Then you will be bigger than Moniepoint or even Paystack itself. So it's all about people coming together in the tech space and looking at how can we solve a problem. And this is a big problem when it comes to this side of when it comes to our own denomination.
in terms of CRMs. If any big problem because we don't have that technology or platform that we can use. So who knows? Maybe from this discussion, some people are just thinking about it and saying, how can 5 of us, 10 of us come together? Some will bring the money, some will bring the expertise. It works, and we should do the sharing formula. But when it comes to percentage, like so, but it can happen. I'm not saying that it's possible. So it's not about identifying the problem and seeing how well we can be able to provide solutions. So does that answer your question, sir? Okay, thank you. So talking about creating a niche in food business. Food business is very interesting, and I like to ask, for instance, you're talking about the fact that our own particular kind of food. We're talking about in the southwest, right? Or what kind of food? You talk about our own kind of food.
Question. Question is this: in food business setting, we have cakes, we have pastries, we have snacks, for instance. So if, for instance, the pastry is not giving much profit, but you want to create a niche, a primary focus. So that pastry that is our niche, which is our it does not give us enough profit because we cannot get a large quantity. How do we can make the balance of having that financial stability?
It's very simple. So I'm going to start from that limitation that you're talking about. You're not able to get large. Now you can get large. How many people are in Lagos State? 21 million plus. Right? 21 million plus. So are you telling me that you cannot market and get 500 people that will make pastries? 500 out of 21 million. Is it possible or is it not possible? I'm only asking. You are looking at 500 is too much. See, let me tell you something. Okay, I know a woman cake. She tells me that I'm going to ask her, she's just doing well. Like she just, from ShopRite, one branch to different, plazas. And I'm all like, on this cake business. And she told me that all she targets is to do 4 weddings in a month. That she's able to do 4 wedding cakes in a month. That takes care of her operational costs, salaries, shops, and everything. Every other cake, daily cakes of birthday, off the shelf, that's the profit. So it's for you to be able to identify, when I say carve a niche for yourself, look at your circle. Who do you want to focus on? Just like content creation too. You must focus on certain people and say this is your audience, this is your target audience. So if you're into pastries, you're like, okay, do you want to target the corporate world and know that for this organization, everybody doing birthday in that office must buy your cake? Do you understand? Or you want to say that, okay, it is wedding cake you want to specialize on, but want to specialize on birthday cake. Look at what cakes and cream. Cakes and cream, they are 30K, 35K, all the shelf cake. Go there, it's like everybody just coming in 35K, 35K. They can bake that cake more than 50 a day. The main orders, maybe 1 or 2. But you see those off the shelf for 35, 25, 35, 10 inches, 8 inches. It's like it moves so fast. Everybody knows them for that. So you must carve your own niche and say, okay, this is what I want to do. There was a day, I think about a few weeks ago, Item 7 did something and they did like a very low discount for coppers. Almost all the coppers in Lagos were in Item 7. Now, what is making Item 7 sell? Their chicken is big. If you have eaten Item 7 before, their chicken is big, and at the end of it, 4-5. I think there's one of 3,009 or something like that. 3-5, good. But go to the place or go to Credit and more. That same food you buy for almost 7,000-8,000. Another people are doing there, the same quality, and their jollof is party jollof, smoked jollof, very nice jollof. So people are getting the same quality for something more. Even the so-called big people. I have a friend that stays in Lekki. tells his friend who works in Ikeja, buys 20 pack that will buy 20 pack on Monday, only by the Monday to Friday. Because he's so worried that if he buys that same food in Lekki, we say today here, and he's not married yet. So he will tell the friend, please, when you're coming back, 20 pack, to follow Monday to Friday, okay, again, nice I come out with you. Monday to Friday, because it's cheaper and it's getting value for his money. So when it comes to pastry business, you can decide to carve a niche, identify. If you want to deal with students, you deal with students. If you want to deal with corporate people, you deal with corporate people. If you want to deal with party planners, now you can't be doing pastries and tell me that all the party planners, at least major ones in Lagos, they are not your friend. Every event planner would, as they are getting events, they are telling them that okay, your cake. The cake for the party or the wedding or whatever is part of their bill. So all you need to do is go to all the event planners you know, caterers you know, sign up with them. So as they are getting catering job, they are collecting cake as part of their job, and they give it to you. So you know that at least 5 of your friends or 6 of your friends that are caterers or party planners, one way or the other, one weekend you have one event. That is one cake for you. At least for either of them. If not for the 6 of them, at least one person will bring one cake job. It is different from your own personal marketing and all that. So you can tell and say, students is what I want to do. Or I want to do corporate people. Do you understand? So you can decide that. So you must sit down, do your demography, and begin to look at it that, okay, which one pays you more? Where can you penetrate easily? Look at, there are lots of people here now. I mean, everybody does bread dinner. Everybody does bread at one point or the other. And in different districts, in different churches and all that. So you must first conquer your locality. Conquer your locality. Be the best in that locality that anything cake, anything pastries they call you. So when you conquer that, then you now begin to carry it and they know that, okay, when it comes to this cake, okay, some people will tell you that, okay, when it comes to maybe all these cream cakes or whatever, or I don't know what they call it, whether it's ice cream cake or whatever, they know that some will tell you, oh, if you want ice cream cake, go to this store. And if you want fondant, go to this place. Because it's their specialty. So you create your own specialty and everybody knows that if it's watermelon cake, come to this auntie. She's a big watermelon cake. Or she knows how to do red velvet. Oh, that's it. Some will tell that that's the best red velvet that fits it. And they will know you for that. And once they know you for that, you begin to expand and be creative about. So you must create, look at your focus area. Your focus area will determine the kind of numbers you can make. But like I said, if we have 21 million people plus in Lagos, and you cannot target 1,000 out of the 21 million people, then more work to do. Because 1,000 is possible. It's possible. You might not get 1,000 easily, but you start. And there's retainership from these people that you sell to. You do your mission board, you do your what's it called? You create your database. Every time you sell to them, send them messages once in a while. Oh, happy birthday! Send what do you call cupcakes? All those little things. Remember their birthdays, give them gift items, all of those things. They will remember you and they will know that okay, this woman, when it comes to cake, this is my best person to go to. So you do all those marketing behind the scenes, but create a focus group that you are able to scale through. Okay, so talking about digital skills and opportunities to learn them. Okay, well, I leave them to the leadership of the fellowship. Well, I think there are lots of organizations that do free what's it called? Online skill training and all of this training. Some of this plus we conversation with the internet. So many of us are working on it. I think there's a organization I know, Niger something. Niger Girls for Tech. Niger Girls for Tech. I think they're giving scholarships and they really teach. They are talking about women. Niger Girls for Tech. So they do all these free skill trainings when it comes to digital skill. So just be conversant with your environment, read news, check the internet as much as possible, and maybe one of these days the leadership of the fellowship can also organize a very beautiful, maybe free training and onto digital schools. But I know there are lots of opportunities here and there. If I have some, I'll share I'm sure if I check my database, I'll get one or two. I would share with my organs here. And but I think there's one, I'll remember their name. There's one I know that somebody actually paid. No, not even Coursera. There's one, I'll get the name and I'll send it to the chairman. Is it chairman or president? I'm sorry. President. Yes, I'll send it to the president. There's one organization that the ones in charge of this online university. This is it Mavi? No, there's no online university now. Miva, yes. That there's a tech company. You know that Miva is strictly tech. You know everything is tech. Yes. So there's a company that is like the powerhouse of Miva. They do free digital skills training. It's free. Somebody in the US is paying for that training, so it's free. So I'll get the name of that organization. I think it's GFA Technologies. I'll get the name of that organization and I'll send it to the chairman and probably the contact person. That so what you can do is that the fellowship can write to them, tell them your needs, and they'll come and do the training, or they invite members for the training. But it's absolutely free. GFA Technologies. I'll get the contact and the chairman so that you can follow up from there. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's so small, we can do better, please. Can do better, can do better, can do better. If I had like $10,000, I would have credited your account, so me. Thank you very much for everyone that came early for this. I believe that you are not